subject design of concrete structures, chapter design philosophies, topic need for LSM and ULM. Now students, let us understand why do we actually need LSM and why do we need ULM, right? Okay, already I have told you a lot about this, right? But let me tell you that, let me use another marker. Now let me tell you that the ultimate load method as well as the limit state method were the outcomes of the drawbacks of WSM. Now what are the drawbacks of WSM? I told you that the WSM, it was taking into consideration only the service loads, right? Service loads. I also gave you an example. Let us say that the some party is going on the above floor. If some additional people will come, the WSM method will fail, right? Okay. So it is actually a limit. It's actually a modification of the drawbacks of the WSM. And in WSM, what we do is that, if you remember, initially we consider it to be a straight line. We are just playing with the elastic zone. We are not going to the plastic zone actually. But actually this the material, it has a lot of strength, right? But that is why WSM is also very costly actually, right? So now we came out with the LSM and ULM. So after the WSM, first of all, we came out with the ULM, ultimate load method. So in this ULM, everything was same, everything just was same. But the thing was that a factor known as the load factor was also introduced. Load factor was also introduced. So what we used to do is that, for example, you know the service loads. So we used to multiply the service load with the load factor to get the ultimate load. It means that now we are designing it up to here. Okay, for example, load is given to you as 20 kilonewton. But in ULM, if you are designing it with ULM, so we used to multiply 20 kilonewton with a load factor. The value can be 2, can be 3, it is generally given in examination, and by the, you can say, experiments, local experiments, we get the value of load factor, right? Okay, so it is also asked in examination that the concept of load factor is in ULM, LSM or WSM. It is actually in ULM. But still, the ULM also had the few drawbacks. The drawbacks were, for example, the ULM as well as the WSM, they did not consider some other limit states. For example, other states. For example, if there is a very big crack in a beam, generally it should be, you can say, it should be called as a failed structure. But there was no such provision in WSM and ULM. If there is a lot of vibration, if earthquake are coming, then what will happen, right? So ULM and WSM were not designed for that. To overcome those disadvantages, drawbacks, we had the LSM, limit state method, right? In limit state method, what we did is that, first of all, we multiplied the load. With a partial factor of safety. Clear? So it means that we are designing it for the plastic range also. Clear? The second is that here now, when you are designing for this load, that is the factored load. This is the factored load. So for this load, you will be getting some strength of the beam. That this is the strength of the beam. Now that strength again we are dividing with a partial factor of safety. It means that we are providing two-way factor of safety, first with the load and then with the strength. So first we are multiplying the load with the partial factor of safety to get the factored load, and then we are designing the particular beam for that factored load, and whatever the strength we are getting, we are again dividing with the partial factor of safety. The another thing is that the limit state method has two, you can say, two types of limit state method. Limit state method of serviceability and limit state method of collapse. So in serviceability, all these things, for example, vibrations, you can have durability also, the cracks, all these factors were taken into consideration. And in collapse, we had the compression, right? These factors were taken into consideration. So what is that? So nowadays we are using LSM only because it is a very advanced method. Every factor has been taken into consideration. In these ULM, ultimate load method, and working stress method, not all the factors were taken into consideration. So that was the need of the LSM and ULM. Clear? But nowadays, what, after 2000, after 4, 5, 6, 2000, in the year 2000 recommendations, so we are using our LSM only, right? Okay. Earlier we started with the WSM, the advancement was ULM, and then nowadays we are using LSM. Okay. So I hope that you have understood the drawbacks as well as the need for the LSM and USM. Now let's move forward to the basic design concepts of LSM and ULM. Thank you.